How do extremely fat couples, either or both, have sex? There's a man on YT that weighed around 420 pounds and his wife is around 300 pounds. During one of his streams he explained how he have sex. He said doggy style, but he needs to use his wife lower back as a table for his belly since it almost reach his thigh. As a former 500 pounds plus man whose GF was about 250 pounds at the time, we did a lot of missionary. I had to keep my arms in a push-up position so I wouldn't lay all my weight on her. Also, I had a 5 to 10 minutes hard limit because I would get too tired and lose erection. She didn't get on top a lot because of getting tired. Doggy style didn't work for us because of a combination of her big butt than my big gut. Also lots of oral and foreplay. Edited. Clear up some wording. Fuck sakes, my brain just ran multiple simulations simultaneously without my permission. Finally, someone's asking the real questions. Years ago when I was doing OB anesthesia, I had a very large patient in active labor who I was attempting to place an epidural in. The OB nurse assisting me somehow brought up the topic of sex with this morbidly obese pregnant patient. The patient then cheerfully described how her and her husband had sex. She would lay on her back on the side of the bed with each foot resting on a kitchen chair and would then take a 2x4 wooden board and holding each end of the board use it to pull her belly out of the way. Her husband would then stand between the chairs and do the deed. I'm a thin woman whose partner has an extremely large belly. I'm always on top. The only variety is whether I face forward or reverse. I really miss all the other positions. My ex-boyfriend was much bigger. I wasn't slim, but I wasn't morbidly obese. There was a lot less movement and the positions were limited. Like, extremely limited. It really wasn't that enjoyable. Truthfully. There is a lot of seek and find oral. And almost all sex has to be doggy style. I'm a skinny guy, but I have a little experience with this. Lol. Okay, cool post to motivate me to lose weight. One of those sex shows. Like Sex with Sue Johansson, where people call in with their legitimated problems with sex had this question. She said the cross method where the person on top is at a 45-degree angle so the important parts are lined up but the bellies aren't on top of each other. My ex was big. Almost 400 pounds. I always got on top. At the time, I was about 150 pounds. His fat actually worked to my advantage because it would rub my clit. I loved it. What I'm about to describe probably isn't normal. I have a sister that, at times, has tipped the scale at 600 pounds. Usually 400 to 450 is her normal. And I'm pretty fat too, so I didn't really wonder how she had sex with her twig. 130 pounds when he's soaking wet. Of a boyfriend. Then one day I saw his junk. She was there. She knows. Anyway, his duck is tiny. Like he jokes about 3 inches. But that feels like a stretch. And after that I had to ask her, how? I mean they have a kid. Now the thing is that he also is a drunk. I'll call him an alcoholic when he gets help. So she goes on to tell me that she doesn't care all that often for PIV. Apparently she really likes giving BJS instead. So when he gets hot and starts poking around, she just moans. He could be poking her knee and too drunk to know. And she's fine with it. And he knows and just shrugs and says I got off. I'm a huge dude. 550-ish. With a much smaller wife. 150-ish. We love the edge of the bed. We have a taller bed frame, so I stand and she lays with her hips at the edge of the bed. Works great with legs on shoulders or bent over from behind. Hope that's not TMI, but figured it might help some of you. I'm not fat, but my ex is. His penis isn't buried. But when he got really big, our sex life was basically just me on top. Occasional missionary. But he'd have to pick his tummy up and plop it on me. The weight never bothered me. The lack of stamina and libido did though. Life, finds a way. I am pretty fat and my ex-hus was skinny. We made it work. Some positions are more difficult, like being on top. My stomach could get in the way a little if I try to learn forward and kiss while on top, lol. Now if we were both fat, I feel like doggy would be the easiest. Sometimes they literally can't. I know of a couple who had to ask for help from the two mothers to be able to have penetrative sex and conceive. The mothers had to hold the fat from her legs for him to be able to actually penetrate her. Sorry. I know. You can't unsee this. If it's a person with a V and a person with a P and they want to do PIV, the easiest angle is for the V owner to lie on their back with one leg up and one down. Pillows support any painful or awkward places, e.g. small of back, under the raised hip, etc. The P owner kneels, assuming no knee pain, over the leg on the bed and holds on to the leg that is raised for support. A firm bed is helpful. Best access, best leverage, least ongoing stress. Alternatively, if either or both people have any pain or debility, sex furniture is the way. Love seat type wedges can support the penetrated partner, with slings for limbs as needed. The penetrating partner can have support in the form of a mid-height stool or their own slings. Lots of folks who have more flesh than average, pain, disability, health issues, etc. are having fun, kinky, loving and creative sex out here. And as someone said above, sex is so much more than PIV, especially if this isn't the combination of bodies involved. They hire surrogates and just watch. Belly boards. I've seen references to belly boards. They keep something like a shelf board nearby and use it to smash the fat away from the groin area. I've never seen a pic or video. I'm sure they exist for the scientist in the thread.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.